Have you ever wondered why tricks are easier for you on some skates than others? I couldn't figure out why, but when I started reviewing skates, I was changing skates every month. And some tricks would come easy, and some tricks I really struggled on. I've been skating pretty much the same setup for about a month now. The USD carbons with the USD VII sole plates and the 50/50 prime frames. Last week, I tried the Gawds FM3s with the USD VII sole plate, but the Kaiser Fluid 4 frames. And I found that my royales felt completely different. Pairing a 7 sole plate with a Kaiser Fluid 4 is a deep groove and a wide sole plate, which means when you do a royale, you don't have to get as low as you would have to with other skates. So I swapped out the Kaiser Fluid 4s for some 50/50 prime frames, and I'm going to test my theory. I am still on the Gawds FM3. I really liked these skates last week in my first impressions video. I'm a big fan of the USD carbon, and this is very similar to that design. It's a plastic internal skeleton versus the carbon fiber, but other than that, it's almost identical to the skates that I love. I swapped out the red USD VII sole plates that came with the skates with some white ones, simply because I think it looks better. But it's the same sole plate, it's the same design, it's that wide sole that I love, the groove that's perfectly aligned so that you can lock on royales nice and clean. These are great sole plates. And then finally, I am riding the 50/50 prime frames. We finally got these in. Again, full disclosure, I do own 50/50, so take everything that I say with a grain of salt, but we've been waiting on these frames for months. They've been sitting at the port in Los Angeles. They finally got released a couple weeks ago, and they finally made it to the warehouse this week. I've been shipping out orders to shops and to people who pre-ordered. Thank you all so much for the support. I hope you get a chance to take a look at these frames in person because I'm very proud of them. So my 3 goals for today. First, I'm back at Marsh. This is my favorite skate park with my favorite ledge. This is where I really like to open up the skates and see what they're capable of. I could skate really fast here, I could do some airs, and I could do all of my grinds. My second goal, I really want to test the difference in these frames and see if it makes any change to the way that I feel with royales. So I'm going to do a lot of royales, front side, back side, do a lot of back farves, maybe some unities, anything that I can do that's a groove trick so that I can feel what the difference is like. And then my third goal, I've been slacking on doing topside tricks. I injured my ankle when I was testing the Them 908s, and I haven't been able to do any topside tricks since. So I'm going to try on this little ledge to do a kind grind. If I can get the kind grind, I'm going to try to do my top acid again. But first, it's time to warm up. Nice and warm. These sole plates. I mean, I've said enough about the USD VII. It's a brilliant skate. I wish that they were making them still. That would be my #1 skate to recommend for people getting back into it. It's just a perfect sole plate for the way that I skate. It's pretty wide, and I think if you're learning sole tricks on a USD VII, you might develop some bad habits, not leaning over much and being like using the big sole plate as a crutch, like a handicap. But tell you what, for the way that I skate, they feel great. Absolutely great. I feel like I lock really solid, consistent. I was having some trouble doing that true miz, but I locked the first one, came off clean, and then I was like, oh, I know I can do this better. And then just struggled, trying to get that balance right, the height of my leg, kept missing my front foot. Just need to skate more. All right, here comes some groove tricks. Yeah, what did I tell you? This alignment with this frame, this angle for frame and sole plate, it's just perfect for me. Lock on, absolutely perfect. A little bit lower than those Fluid 4s, but that lets me get a little bit more squat and balance myself down so that I'm on 2 points of contact. I'm hitting the frame and I'm hitting the sole plate. Versus if I got that low with the Fluid 4s, I'd just be on sole plate, and that's less stable. Feeling good about that one. All right, kind grinds. Let's get this. I got the same ledge that I learned kind grinds on. I'm gonna relearn those kind grinds. I can visualize it today. I think I could get this. I got God Gang here to help. All right, I'm getting somewhere. I don't know where I'm getting, but I'm getting somewhere. I'm getting more confident jumping on. I feel like when I do the top side foot, I'm missing a lot. And that's just gonna take some practice. You know, I haven't done this in probably a year. My front foot is locking pretty consistently. And as long as I can get that front foot on to kind of block myself falling off, I can adjust that back foot. I do think, I'll have to watch some videos, but I do think it's more of a two-step grind. So front foot locks and then back foot kind of locks and pushes down. And I'm trying to do it all at the same time, which I think is like ideal, but that might not be the best way to learn. So I'm gonna try to do it maybe a two-step way, roll a little bit on top and then push it down instead of landing perfectly flat every time. Not great, but it passes. No touch, actually got on my frame. Here's what I'm doing different. So not only am I putting that 1 foot, 2 foot, it feels like I'm jumping at the same time, but I'm kind of thinking, put my foot down and roll and then squash it. But I'm coming more parallel with the ledge. So before I was coming into it, now I'm coming with it. And it's making a huge difference. I have to open up my hips more, but I feel like the alignment and like my momentum is more on the ledge versus over the ledge, which is what was making me flip or slip out and end up on top. Feeling pretty good, feeling pretty accomplished. I don't think I'm ready for the big ledge, just pretty tired, but I am excited. I think this is gonna be a fun trick. Do it at the warehouse next week. Hope everybody enjoyed this video. Again, prime frames are on sale now, so shops should be getting them any day now. If you've pre-ordered, we are shipping them. I absolutely love these frames. Full disclosure, I designed these frames. I sell these frames. I make money from these frames, but I don't lie to you. I really like them, and you can tell that I'm skating really well, at least for me, in these frames. Hope everybody is doing good. Hope everybody has a great week. I'll see you next time.